Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining my Facebook Live this morning. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I've obviously got that Monday morning thing going on today, but thank you so much for joining me anyway. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley in the UK. Thank you for joining me today. I've got a couple of things to show you before we start, based on our Facebook Live that we had on Friday. So I want to show you a couple of finished projects and something that I created on Sunday as a challenge set. I think it was on Friday. But it was certainly at the end of the week last week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Friday because I did a pop-up box, didn't I? So if you are joining me live, please do say hi. Oh, hi Linny, that was good timing, so that I know that you're there. Otherwise it just has a number. It's much nicer to know who's watching. Hi Brenda. So a couple of things to show you to start with. Firstly, let me show you my finished project from Friday. Now, it is quite difficult to show this pop-up card under the camera. I'll just put this light on. So, I made the pop-up card during the session. I did it, yes, I did. Thanks, Christine. So, this was the card we made on Friday. And I finished it off by adding some extra balloons and also by adding the sentiments on the top. So if I just stand that up, you can see the sentiments. It was Friday, thank you. And I also added the little chickens going round the base of the card, like so. So that was just the finishing touches, and I added a little bit of bling as well. So that was Friday's pop-up card using the Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick images. The balloons come from that as well. The balloons are the ones that were wrapped around the tail of one of the chickens. Morning, Carol. So that's the finished card from Friday. And then I have a feeling it might have been Christine. We were talking about other cards, and somebody mentioned a Cascade card, which I'd never done before. And so I challenged myself on Sunday during our craft and chat session to make a Cascade card, and to be honest, I didn't even know what a Cascade card was. Now, I've seen these cards, but I didn't know what they were called. Excuse me. So I created this on Sunday in our craft and chat session, which is a free session. Anybody can join. I'll just lay that flat for a second. Oh no, it was fine. It was great, thank you, Christine. So, and it was great to challenge myself to do something completely new. So I hadn't an idea what this was, and I mentioned it, funnily enough, on Saturday in our team craft and chat, which I have every Saturday afternoon. Hi, Jeanette. And Yuta, one of our lovely team members, said, "Oh, I've done a Cascade card," and she'd done one to fit a standard card size. So this is from an A4 sheet of paper. So on Saturday she very kindly gave us a quick tutorial on how to make a Cascade card, and so we did that, and I had the better understanding of how it all went together. We used Yuta's measurements, which was spot on, perfect. So I decided on Sunday to actually make a full-blown Cascade card, and this is the result. So I have used the free celebration papers, the paper blooms designer series paper. This is one side and this is the other, which I think works particularly well. And when it stands up, if I stand it up like that, you can see it opens up. And I've added the butterflies from Butterfly Wishes onto here. So I stamped and punched out the butterflies and added them on, added a little bit of bling and a sentiment on the front. Oh, thank you, Christine. I did look at a couple, but that worked particularly well because you want something with, I felt, with one darker side and one lighter side, and enough detail, but nothing too nothing too detailed that you couldn't, you know, just see the general pattern. So I open these up here and here. So this is made from a single A4 card, and I stamped these butterflies. In stamping those, I decided I wanted to use the butterflies for today's project. And also at the weekend, it was Valentine's Day. So I created some quick and simple Valentine's card using Sweet Little Valentines cards. And that gave me the idea and inspiration for this week's designs. Yes, I'm guessing butterflies or flowers, or, you know, I mean anything really. Animals, you could have chickens going up it, couldn't you? You could have almost anything. But I do love this stamp, and I've forgotten how nice it was. This is stamped in Night of Navy and then just stamped off. Morning, Molly. Lovely to have you join us. So this is my Cascade card, and I think I'm going to feature this in one of my Glass in a Box, I think. I'll see how it fits in with the designs that I've got. So look out for that coming soon. But I was very pleased with it, I have to say. So on Sunday it was Valentine's Day, and I bought this cute little kit because I'd seen another demonstrator do some fun things with this. Morning, Jill. That weren't Valentines, and I thought, oh, what a brilliant idea. So this little kit is £9.25, and it includes 10 cards and 10 envelopes. These are embossed in gold. I'm hoping you can see that there. And even the envelopes are embossed in gold inside. One's got stripes to match this one, and one's got dots to match this one, which I only just realised. Now, on top of that, we also have these layers. So these are also embossed. This is embossed with gold in the dots and this lovely patterning on the outside. So it was designed obviously for Valentine's because it's got "You Are Loved" on one side. So you could literally just pop this on your card like so, fold it in half, and you're good to go. Oh, hearts would have been good. Yes, you're quite right. On the back it's got this nice panel here that you could stamp onto, and then the other sheet has got "Love You" and then hearts on here. And this is really sturdy card. It's not you know, lightweight. It's really sturdy card. So I did make two Friendship Day cards for two special people in my life. But what I thought is how much more you can do with this kit. So for example, you could cut this down to card size and put, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you put inside. You could put your this layer on it, and then you could actually cut out, if you didn't want the hearts or anything, you could cut out a smaller panel or use a die cut in the centre, and you've got a completely different card. Now, one of the things I did for the ladies' cards was I used one side, the lighter side, so that when this is folded in half, I thought if they wanted to, they could then cut this panel off later and use that on another card, because it does seem a bit of a shame to cover, you know, basically 90% of the card. If it was me in designing, I'd have made that slightly smaller so you'd see more. So I deliberately put the layers on the plain side so that this could be cut off and reused for those that like to. So thinking about those butterflies, what I thought I could do is stamp some butterflies on here and layer it up. So I think I'm going to start with that. So the colours in here are Petal Pink, Calypso Coral and Melon Mambo, which is quite a strange combination, and it's certainly, these two are not colours I would put together. Okay, but it's interesting to see. So what I was thinking is you could cut this down to card size. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and put it onto a white card. And the other thing you could do, of course, is use this backing here for punching out butterflies. So obviously you wouldn't still get your 10 cards out of the pack, but you could certainly use this for stamping and punching out. So I might actually do that. So this is Petal Pink. So what I'm going to do, and the stamps that I'm using, we have a couple. We have Butterfly Gala and Butterfly Wishes. This one is my favourite because of the detail of this stamp, and it has the little one to match. So what I want to show you first of all is a really easy way of stamping these and cutting them out in one go, all nicely aligned. Let me just find a piece of scrap paper. Actually, I might stamp them on this. This is actually Blushing Bride. Let me just get Petal Pink. That's better. Let me just cut this down. So I am going to, when I'm working with an A4 card, I always cut it down to A5 size first. Okay. So what I'm going to do is create a template. So I'm going to punch out the butterflies like so from my butterfly punch, which has had a lot of use, I have to say. And then I'm going to take my butterfly stamps. So it's this one and this one. These are rather well worn, as you can see. I want to make sure that they are actually clean. As I don't think I cleaned them yesterday. So what you want to do is take your template and position. You see that was going to fit exactly in there. Oh, I'm sure you can see that now. There it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is position these in the gap. Oh, 1, Valentines 2, and then put our block on top. I had a block and I moved it. Here we go. Like that. So now those stamps are perfectly aligned for the punch. Okay. So what I can do, let's be, oh, I'm going to try Calypso. So this is Calypso Coral. Let's do, maybe I'll do another one in the other pinks. Maybe I'll be brave. Let me just find you back again on my phone, because my phone is timed out for some reason. It's always nice to be able to actually see not you in person, but see who's commenting. There we go. And this is Melon Mambo. Like so. And now when I position it in the punch, it will fit both of those perfectly. Now if you were only stamping one, then to be honest you could just stamp it anywhere and punch it out. But if you want multiples, and especially where you've got a punch that does, you know, maybe 3, 4 or 5 different things, then it's perfect for that purpose. Right, let me bring you back. What I didn't show you was the place in the catalogue. So we'll do that shortly, where you can find these cards. Oh, why I cut the card to A5? I'll tell you why. Is because that means that this piece, instead of being an odd size, is already a card base, and that goes in my card base. And then I cut that in half again if I want a smaller piece, and then that automatically either will be a layer that I can cut down, but it's not an odd size. So that's why. Yeah, it's a bit wide for the mini die cutting machine at that. The mini die cutting machine is 3.5 inches wide. But yes, I always cut it down so it's a useful size, rather than just trimming an odd bit off and then you've got to cut it down again. Whereas now what I'll do is that goes straight into my box of cards because I know it's the right size. Okay. So let me see, I'm thinking what I might do is stamp just the butterfly in petal pink on here. That's okay, Brenda. Exactly, yeah. Whereas in the past I would have just cut off a strip that I needed, and then you've still got another piece to cut down, whereas that way you've got a ready to go card. So let me just try this so to see. Oh gosh, that is almost too pale to be seen. Yep. My petal pink is definitely in need of replenishment, so let us do Calypso Coral. Best laid plans and all that. One, 2, and then I'm just going to put the little one at the top. Like so. Quite like that as it is. I don't think I want to cover it up with those butterflies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is layer this up onto this piece and have my sentiment underneath. So I'm using this obviously as a full card. Okay. It does indeed, Christine. But I mean, even that on its own, just popped onto there and folded with a matching envelope that you could stamp your butterflies onto, would be really nice. But what I'm going to do is cut this down. I think on my fingernails already to fit this. So I'm glad to say it's somewhat milder today out there. So I'm going to trim this down. So the normal size that I would use for a layer, a layer would be 10 centimeters. So oh yes, we don't want to lose the U's, do we? So obviously I'm going to cut, I want this to be even. I could leave it halfway up, but I'm going to cut a little bit off each side. So I want this to be 14.35 to finish with. So this is just over 2 centimeters. So I'm going to take 1 centimeter off each side, each end. Like that. And like that. So then that is going to fit on my card. Let me just see what it is. I'm just going to take off about 2 millimeters on each side. Like so. Okay. Voila. So that's going to go onto there. Now obviously here I've got this crease, so I'm just going to put some ribbon around there, I think, to cover that. I don't think you'd need to cover it, to be honest, because your eye's not necessarily drawn to it, but I know you as crafters will know there's a crease in there. So I'm just going to wrap a little bit of ribbon round and then pop this onto, shall I do white or shall I do Melon Mambo? Well, we'll get both out, we can have a look. There's a white. And there's Melon Mambo. And I have some Melon Mambo ribbon. Hello Carol G. Lynn says white. Yeah, I think that's my gut feel, because that gets lost here. Let's put that aside. White. Obviously you could go for a contrast colour altogether. So I have a little bit of Melon Mambo ribbon. So I'm just going to literally wrap that around. Yes, I'm quite glad all of our snow has gone, and it's certainly mild, because I'm sitting here thinking how warm I am. Okay, so I'm going to wrap that round there. So this week and for the rest of the week, I'm going to be featuring hidden gems in our catalogue. So that is little kits like this. So inexpensive products that you can get from the catalogue. That will, you know, you can either use for lots of different things. I might as well put this on all of the layers while I'm at it. So it's my Hidden Gems week. So if you want lots of ideas of things that you can use from the catalogue, not necessarily for what they were intended, then do catch me all week. Yes, I like the new white too, Christine. There we go. So I'm going to pop the darker side at the top, and then I can stamp a sentiment at the bottom. However, I do need to score this piece. There we go. Grab a bone fold off of that. Right, so this is going to be my layer on here. Just centralising that. So this is turning what was a little card like this into a new backing. This is the layer of card that goes with it. Oh yes, actually gold and then white would look nice. You're quite right, Christine. Quite right. So I'm going to put this slightly high and put a sentiment underneath. That's my plan. And I'm not actually sure that I'm going to use these butterflies on top. I might use those on my next card because I've got another idea. So I've got a nice thank you from Sweet Ice Cream, which I think will fit across there nicely. There we go. Like so. And of course you could mat and layer this as well. And I could have cut out a centre panel behind here because obviously that's being hidden now. But this one will do the job. I think I'm going to stick, am I going to do Melon Mambo or am I going to do Calypso Coral? Can't even see Calypso Coral in front of me now. Here it is, under my seal. I think I want Melon Mambo. Let's have a look and see. I have, Christine, and I responded to you. I don't know whether it sends you a response. I guess it doesn't. So thank you. You were the first, and then other people have joined on. So that's really nice. Thank you so much. So if anybody's wondering what Christine is talking about, I have a Google My Business I was going to say page, entry, that's the word. So somebody looked me up on Google, and on there you can review my business. And the same on my Facebook page. You can click on reviews or recommendation. And Christine kindly did a lovely review for me. There we go. So I'm going to pop this up on Dimensionals. There we are. So a completely different and certainly non-Valentines card. This hasn't even got a heart in sight. And I do love this fancy edging. I don't know if you can see that. So it's gold embossed and then open dots right the way through. There we go. Get that roughly centered, and there is a thank you card from a Valentine's kit. So another variation of that would be just to take the layer that you have here and take a layer of card, and I've put this through our ornate floral embossing folder with all those tiny little flowers, and pop that on there, and then you can add that layer with the butterflies. So I'll just put that one together as I've got the components rather than have a half finished card. So this is the seal, and I've got a white card for this one as well. So this is just using that one layer. So out of your 10 cards, you know, effectively you'd be getting another card out of this one. Obviously I've used one card for that, but this one you're just using a single layer, like so. And I think what would be really nice on here is gold embossed butterflies. Don't you think, to pick up that gold? So I am going to do that. I know it's over my normal time, but I am going to do that because I think that would look stunning on there. So there's the card I made directly from the components of the kit. Let me show you the kit in the catalogue. So this is in the January to June catalogue, page 16, and it's called Sweet Little Valentine's Cards and More. And you get 10 double-sided printed ones of these in 2 designs, and you get 10 of the little cards here and 10 matching envelopes. And all I've done is sort of taken components of that out to use separately. So I am going to do a gold embossed butterfly on here because I think that would look nice. But if anybody needs to go, then you've seen the main making of the cards. The other thing I showed right at the beginning, for anybody who didn't see it, was our finished pop-up card from Friday, which I went on to decorate, and my Cascade card that I made in our craft and chat on Sunday with the butterflies, and that gave me the idea for the butterflies today. So let me get some Versamark and some embossing out. Yeah, I just think that would be really stunning against that background. So bear with me, that wasn't what I planned. grab the gold. Oh, that's silver. Oh. Copper. Got some gold here. That. Embossing buddy. Let's give it a go. Just move these out of the way slightly so I don't get everything covered. Excuse me. So I'll keep those butterflies in with the stamp set ready, so I didn't use those after all that. So embossing buddy over the card that I'm going to emboss. Oh, thank you, Christine. Right, let's make sure my stamp is nice and clean. And I'm using Versamark, our watermark ink pad. So inking this up. And I think I'm going to do the 3 because I do like that. 1. I know you probably can't see that in the light. I can just see it. 2. And a dinky one. Let's grab a piece of spare paper. And this is our gold embossing powder. Normally I have this in a tub. Yep, that will work. You chip this back in and put the lid on. I'm just going to bring this out of the way of the camera. Sorry. Should have used a smaller piece of paper. There we go. Just grabbing envelopes while I'm there. Okay, so there's our gold embossing on there. Grab my heat gun. I'm just going to keep this off camera for a second while it's heating up. Oh, excellent, Marita. Officially on half term. Good. Well deserved break. I'm just doing this off camera because my lead, oh, well it does quite reach. can see that. There we go. So there's our gold embossed butterflies, like so. I've got to find my letter, I think they are. So that is going to, this would make a nice wedding card. So that's going to go onto there. And I think I'm going to put a little sentiment across the bottom. So this scallop is nice, and we do have some dies that match that sort of scallop, but I know I haven't got them to hand. I don't think, not in the right size or shape. So I'm just going to grab a straightforward it's a bit too fancy for my liking. Ooh. If I had that in a smaller size, that would be really nice, wouldn't it, to do 2 layers. That's what I had in mind, something like that. It does, doesn't it? Golden pink. Oh, there's that one. So obviously you've got these scallop ones as well. That would work. That's a bit too small. So just using what I've got to hand. Really want one a bit narrower, because I feel that's too chunky for that layer. I want it slightly smaller. So I'm going to leave the, yes, I'm going to leave the sentiment off because I want a smaller one. And I've had you lovely ladies here for a while. So I'm just going to pop that on with some dimensionals, and then go and run some smaller dies through my machine, because I'm always looking for those narrower ones, aren't I? I could use a punch and punch it out. Right, there we go. So, and again, you could add ribbon, you could add some, I've got some gold, I think I've got some gold sequins that would go with this. There we go. Hope you can see that gold there. I think you can. And now I found my bling. Let's add some bling to these two. So I know I have a champagne, I have Calypso Coral, and I just want to look for my gold ones. That's what I'm after, those ones. Just to finish them off. As I said, I will put, I will do a sentiment for that. Although I could leave it blank and then I could choose a sentiment when it suits, couldn't I? So I don't know what everybody has planned for today. whether you're shopping or housework, or hopefully like Moretta, just relaxing. There we go. So there's 3 for my gold butterflies, and then these I might use some of these sequins. These are Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins. Just going to use the small ones here. One. Oh, I haven't got any small of the pink ones left. Oops. 2. There we go. Thank you, Jeanette. There we are. So from a Valentine's pack of cards, 2 very different cards. Obviously they're both on the same theme of butterflies, as I was stamping my butterflies yesterday. So sorry, Moretta. But there we go. So this has used the base card, just trimmed down, and the single card that comes with the pack turned over. Spring cleaning, kitchen. Ooh, well, when the engineer has finished up his in the boiler. Oh, good luck with all of that. Okay, so there we go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I shall be back tomorrow with another hidden gem. So I'm going to basically look through the catalogue and find some small items. So they could be kits. Thank you, Brenda. It could be an embossing folder, all sorts of hidden things that you might have actually overlooked in both the annual catalogue and the January to June catalogue. I'm just going to stamp these up the side to finish these off. There we go. Oh my goodness. Covered everything in soot. Is it the same boiler man, Moretta? Oh dear, bless you. There we go. That one is for that one there, and this one I'm just going to use some pale pinks on for this one. So that one matches that. I'm not going to do gold on the envelope. Oh, shimmer paints. Thank you. Yes, shimmer paint will be one because another of our team good try, good try. I want to keep the Cascade card for class maybe, but I could do it afterwards as a live. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, shimmer paints. Tara came up with a brilliant way of using our shimmer paints. Tara's another of our team. Got so much amazing talent in our team. That's my butterflies up the side. I'm going to put them across the back as well. So yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you, Jill. If anybody else has something in the catalogue that they're not quite sure how to use. Christine's doing food shopping, housework, clean clutter. Oh, good girl. Oh, no choice. Oh, well, that's a shame. So that's for my little pink card. Might be nice for an arrival of a baby girl. What do you think? Okay. So, thank you for joining me today, everybody. And I shall be back on tomorrow, Tuesday, at 5 p.m. So Tuesday, Thursday and Friday we're live at 5. And Monday and Wednesday, which were used to be my coffee and card main days, is 10 o'clock in the morning. So there's our finished cards. I hope you like them. Hope it's given you an idea of maybe you've got some small cards from another kit left over on what you could do with those. And there's that one there with the gold. So thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry I went on more than normal. All that remains is for me to say thank you so much for joining me. I shall be here again tomorrow at 5 p.m. If you have any questions or you want to see anything specific covered, then do let me know. Just comment on here or send me a private message or send me an email, jenny@geminicrafts.co.uk. Thank you everybody. Enjoy your day. The sun is streaming through my window now, so I'm going to pop the kettle on, have a nice cup of coffee and then plan out the rest of my day. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe, take care, look after your loved ones and keep crafting. Bye bye.